the Talk Birdie Simi with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Titleist, they're the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy are the number one shoe and glove in golf. Driving a BMW is like hitting a perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Ping, they'll help you play your best. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie Simi.
That is more than good enough, and it's worth waiting for. Tommy Fleetwood breaks through in the grandest way possible. His first career PGA Tour win is good enough to win the 2025 FedEx Cup. What a moment. Let it all out, son. And here comes everybody. His stepson, who Tommy himself caddied for, that's Oscar, Claire's oldest son.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to the program. Congratulations to Tommy Fleetwood. We're going to talk about him pretty soon, plus everything else that's happening in the world of golf. Nicholas, nice to see you.
And you, Mark.
And don't forget, we've got about 6 groups left at our golf day coming up on October 8, Links Golf and Wellbeing at Hope Island. So we'd love to see you there if you're planning a holiday. If you're in Queensland, get a hold of what link, Dan?
We'll go to the Links Golf and Wellbeing website, and it's on our socials as well.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Nice
perfect.
and easy.
Yeah.
Were you cheering for Tommy Fleetwood?
I was pulling so hard, and when he teed off 15, the par 3, that was the last sort of port of call, I guess you'd say, where if he can keep that ball dry, make bogey at worst, I think he's got it in the bag.
Well, can I say this about, because I was watching that intently as well.
Yes.
I would like to congratulate the international feed, because on that particular shot, they were at their best.
Really?
They did a great job.
Okay.
I actually saw the highlight of the real feed on the same shot, because that was the tournament.
Yes.
That was actually for his life, because he would never have recovered if he double bogeys that and loses the tournament.
He took a long time to pull that club. I know that. I was doing other things, so I wasn't really listening to the commentary at the time.
That's right.
And but
you had it turned down?
A little bit, but it wasn't.
Nick, you did, didn't you?
But it sort of flowed on from Patrick Cantlay the whole day as well, because he took forever on every golf shot. I mean, 2 or 3 minutes. It's ridiculous. But when he kept that ball dry, I thought, fantastic. Yeah, I think he's got it, and just kind of cruised home a little.
Well, look, the commentary, like I said, I had it turned down. It's driving me crazy. But I turned it up for this one because it was so big. It was such a moment. And they were spot on. He took a long time. They said he's already out of his rhythm. You know, the day before he hit it straight right, the worst swing it was terrible. Of the year in round 3.
He tried to hammer a 6-iron, I think, in day 3. He hit a 5-iron this time, but the juice, I mean, he almost flew the green, didn't he?
What do you think of that hole? It's the green size. If you just look at the green size, it's the same as the island hole at TPC Sawgrass, but you have got a barrier to the water, but it's not 135 yards.
No, well, the first 2 days...
It's 220.
Well, the first 2 days they had the tee well up, so it only plays like a shorter iron, so no problem. But then they got there Saturday, and then players are hitting 4, 5, 6 irons, which is, 6 irons still not a lot for these guys, but that's over 200. I think it was 200 yards to the front to carry. That's a big hit. And if you go a little left, a little right, well, guess what? Your ball's in the drink. So, but all credit to him. It was a great finish, and I know. The only thing I was we've got a great picture behind us here of Tommy Fleetwood, the big celebration. I would have loved to have seen that as he picked the ball out of the hole, but Cantlay kind of moved in a little quick for my liking.
The first time he was quick all day.
It was the first time, actually.
Bloody hell.
So one of the camera angles showed him off to the side. He took the hat off, and I thought, that's great. Just wait. But no, he kind of walked in, and Tommy didn't really get a chance to pick the ball up and go, yes, and then he waited till later, but we got a great picture anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I thought it worked out well. I thought maybe Patrick did the right thing. Getting in there, because Tommy shook Patrick's hand, shook the caddy's hand, gave his own caddy, Ian Finnis, a hug, And then when he walked away from that,
The
arms were up and the emotion came out, and I thought it was lovely. I thought they did a great job. But I don't think he's the tour champion. He's won one event. So, we had a bit of a...
You mean the FedEx Cup champion?
I just don't understand that. It's a season-long race. It's all about wins in golf. We had a bit of a crack about LIV last week because, we got one bloke who's won 5 times, another bloke who didn't win once, and he's the LIV champion golfer of the year. I think it's the same. You got a bloke called Scotty Scheffler. Did he win a couple of majors? Yeah, he won 5 times.
2 majors.
He won 5 times. He was pretty much in it up to his neck every single week. He is, you look at the world rankings alone, I think he's in front of number 2 as number 2 is in front of, number 80 or something in the world.
Yes.
It's a complete domination. He's the champion golfer of this year without a shadow of a doubt. But the PGA Tour, they don't want 2 trophies. They don't want one bloke who wins the Tour Championship and they don't want one bloke who wins the season-long race. But I don't think Tommy Fleetwood should be crowned the FedEx Cup champion.
Well,
no way.
It depends how you want to look at it. You've either got to say, right, we have playoffs, and playoffs are cutthroat. It's elimination. It should come down to this is it. Again, match play I think would be the best way to solve that final whatever. I know we were talking before the show. Maybe it goes BMW Championship
top 50
rather than the top 70. BMW Championship first, then the Tour Championship, say, and then you go into the top 4-8 players from the Tour Championship on the points list.
Yeah,
then they go for the FedEx Cup champion.
That would be my model.
Yeah, and then make it stroke match play as well. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, so I'd go the other
So you
way.
could almost go 36 holes a day as well. I mean, really wear these guys out. That'd be fun. Like, remember the old match play at Wentworth where they used to play 36 a day?
Medal play.
Yeah. I don't think it was medal play.
That wasn't medal play.
That was match play. But
that was match play. But see, I would have match play still because it makes it much closer. So in medal play, folks, if you don't know, it's kind of a match, but it's just whoever has the best score
lowest
at the end of the
stroke
day. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
But you can have a 3-shot swing and then another 2-shot swing, and all of a sudden there's a 5-shot gap and it's not close anymore.
And it's 2 holes.
That's right. So if you have match play,
or vice versa, you're 5 down in match play, and you
can come back. Yeah, but I think match play you would probably get a closer finish. And I say that without any evidence whatsoever. I've got nothing to back that up. It just makes sense in my head. But I love your model, and I think that would be a perfect scenario for what they're trying to do, to where you get it down to the best 4 players of the year, and you've done that with points all year, and then so you crown Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood this week, he is the Tour champion.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Next week, all right, boys, top 4. Top 2, top 8, whatever you want to make it, whatever Tiger Woods and his buddies. I want to talk about that too because we've got a new boss of the PGA Tour. Whatever his mates decide, I would go top 4, and then we don't have to worry about a Nick O'Hearn spoiling it for everybody, knocking out the number 1 player twice early in a match play tournament, and we just get the best 4 players. And then I'd cop that. Then that's another trophy. That's another trophy. And then, but you know what I'd do? I'd have that tournament at the greatest venues. You would just Cypress, Pine Valley. You'd do something like that.
Indeed.
Could you imagine the interest if it was always at Pine Valley? All right. So you've got the pinnacle of golf in the world, PGA Tour, played on the number 1 course in the world, which is the greatest match play venue anywhere on earth. I've never been there, but that's what I'm told.
Well, they used to have that, what was it, the Shell Wonderful World of Golf there with back in the day, all those Byron Nelson playing Gene Littler and things like that. You can watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch them on YouTube.
I never got there either, unfortunately. So,
hey, now we've got a new boss, and his name is Brian Rollap, and he had a little bit to say this week. He has a NFL background, and I watched as much as I possibly could of his interviews before they got completely boring, and silly questions were one after another were thrown at him.
I didn't watch any of it. I just read a little bit.
So, crazy.
Yeah.
The one thing that he said, which was of interest, and I reckon the PGA players will love it as well.
Well, the top guys.
He talks about scarcity. Now, if you don't know, if you don't follow the NFL, which is the biggest sport in America, they only have 17 home and away matches a year.
Yep.
And that makes every single game so important.
It's similar to our AFL here, really, isn't it? I mean,
Well, the AFL is
similar. I mean,
similar, yeah, it's similar.
Not as
it's a home and away season, but they only. I mean, some teams don't play each other. They only play 17 matches. That is it. And he's come to town with that model in mind. So I'm over to you, Nick. I mean, what does that sound like to you?
Well,
if he's talking about scarcity,
Yeah.
and you got all these players like Rory McIlroy not turning up to FedEx Cup events and dodging some of the biggest events. I mean, what is it?
Player-wise, for the top guys, the top 50 or so who are in the signature events, they're saying fantastic.
Yeah.
The less we have of these things, the better. The next level of players through to the 100, well, it's top 100 now, but then also, you can go back a few categories into that, say, top 150. They're all saying, well, no, we need as many tournaments as we can to play in. So they're going, hang on, this isn't going to work. And then you also have the sponsors of all these other big tournaments saying, you're going to get rid of my tournament? Sorry, I've put all this money in over years and years and supported the tour, and now you want to take that away? I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, okay, so that's one definition of scarcity. The other definition that I think might happen, because of what you're saying, is the elevated events become more scarce. So how many elevated events are there now? Maybe eight
or nine, yeah.
So what about if there were the Players' Championship, the four majors, the Tour Championship and the FedEx Cup playoffs, and then you just had 4 elevated events? There's the scarcity that maybe he's talking about, and that's when you guarantee to have, Rory's not going to dodge as many as he dodged this year, for instance, because you need him in. I mean, he's the number 2 player in the world, and he's a draw card and a poster boy and all the rest of it. So there's 2 definitions of scarcity.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see which trigger they pull.
And because they've gone from a non-profit to a profit organisation, beforehand it was all about the members. It's what can we do for the members, which is why they have all these tournaments. The more tournaments for them, the better. Plus, I have a feeling the PGA Tour, the staff there in the headquarters, as many tournaments as they can get on there. Well, guess what? They get little bonuses. The commissioner makes a nice little earner out of it for the more that they can provide access for the players to get out on tour. Now it's changed in a way, the way they're doing that, or the structure of the tour. Maybe that's going to switch things as well.
And you saw Tiger Woods is the chairman of this new
committee.
Group, new committee, and that's how.
If in doubt, form another committee.
Yeah, so it's a committee that is charged with how the game looks and the importance of some events and how it all plays out. And I did see where Adam Scott is held in high regard, Adam Scott, because he is a big part of that committee. And of course, he's been going to the Oval Office and trying to get deals done. Talking about getting deals done, I mean, he was at the Oval Office to try and get LIV organised.
Right.
Did you watch any of LIV, their team event?
I did. Again, I saw some highlights. I know who won and everything. And I heard it was a fantastic event there in Michigan.
I'm sure it was. It was funny last year. Ripper won it.
Yeah.
The Aussies won it. So you and I both watched it because we were involved.
So there was 2 rounds I was very interested in. So on the Wednesday beforehand, because they have 13 teams, they have a play-in for the 12th spot. Now,
Majestics got it, didn't they?
It's between the bottom 2, which is Majestics and the Ironheads. Majestics got it.
Yeah.
So they went in. So I was keeping a close eye on that one. And then the other one was Team Ripper. How would they go? Unfortunately, they lost their first round match, and that's basically it. They were done. So
over and out.
So my interest levels certainly scaled down, giving them, Australian.
Yeah, that's right. And plus, you had Tommy Fleetwood trying to win for the first time, and
exactly. Minjee Lee trying to win the Canadian Open. There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on. Patrick Cantlay starting double bogey, just to make it even more. Now you can't lose it, Tommy, possibly.
Oh, Scotty Scheffler drove it out of bounds on the first. Here it is. Take it.
Take it. Here it is. So all that sort of stuff. And I'm going, oh, God, how could he possibly lose this time? And then he came to that 15th hole and got the job done.
Well, the last story around that was is the Ryder Cup with Keegan Bradley, because he was in it for a while and then he dumped it in the water on 15 and he finished tied 7th, something like that. So, he has to make these picks, I think, later on tonight, our time, when this podcast comes out. So he's got a big decision to make, because I'm looking at the names that one of these players he's going to have to leave off if he picks himself. From everything I've read and I'm hearing, he's going to pick himself.
Yeah.
And the Europeans are all saying, Yeah, you should pick
You
yourself.
should pick
because
yourself. Yeah, that's right.
Personally, I think it's the worst thing you could possibly do.
I was going to ask you,
Worst thing.
is it the right move or the wrong move? I think it's the wrong move. Imagine picking yourself and then having to make those phone calls, particularly the bloke,
Well, the one guy.
the one guy who just missed. And the worst bit is Keegan's been that guy before.
I know.
He's
I
been
know.
that guy. I mean, he got that phone call where they said, well, you're basically not in the boys' club and we're leaving you off.
Yeah.
It was as simple as that. Now, he's got to make the phone call if he does pick himself. Let's say it's, I don't know, got her up, all right? Someone I think's half a chance.
I think it'll either be someone like, I'm hearing, well, from what I've heard, Ben Griffin,
All right, Ben Griffin.
who's actually played really well.
Playing great.
Maybe McNeely should be on the team. I'm not sure he will be. He could be another one. And they're also talking maybe Morikawa, but
Righto. So let's say he has
it's
to
a
call.
tough decision.
He
can become the-
Morikawa. G'day, Colin. Keegan here. I've got some bad news for you. You're not on the team. Oh, look, thanks, Keegan. I really appreciate you calling me. I know it's probably a tough decision. Who made the team?
Yeah.
Well, I picked myself. Imagine making that call.
You know what I would, if I was Keegan, you know what I would
Come
do is, sorry, Colin, I really appreciate all the hard work, but you haven't made the team. And I'll talk to you later. Boom. Don't even give him a chance. It's like that scene out of Moneyball where Brad Pitt says, no, you just cut him off.
It's almost, it's like breaking up with your girlfriend. You're sending her a text. I mean, you couldn't do that either, could you?
Oh, dear me.
Now, talking about awkward situations, Kingston Heath has a swap day with Royal Melbourne this week.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Good. You're
playing. I'm playing.
Oh, great.
I'm playing, and I just want to emphasise, thank you, I just want to emphasise that I put Royal Melbourne as my second greatest golf course I've ever seen, and the clubhouse is the greatest clubhouse in golf. I've put both those two things on the table. But as I move around town and play some golf and talk to golf people, I'm a little concerned that I'm not as welcome as I normally would be through the gates at Royal Melbourne.
Why would that be? Yeah.
Well, the fringes.
I know.
The fringes. And, I'm a supporter, and Richard Forsyth, believe me, I'm cheering for you to get it done and have these fringes done. I'm sure they'll find a way where they pinch fringe from holes that aren't being used on the composite and lay it. But we've only got about 12 weeks to go.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, actually. How long till the Australian Open? And again, I've heard similar things where the fescue surrounds aren't in the greatest shape.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they're roping them off so that people can't walk on them and things like that. So you can report back and let us know how it's all looking.
Well, if they're not roped off at this point, and you've seen the pictures like I've seen the pictures, I'm battling, I'm arm wrestling whether we show some of the stuff that I've been sent lately, but I won't. I won't. We won't do it. But if they're not roped off, that suggests to me that they're going to they'll lay it. I mean, if they're not protecting an area that has to grow thick for 12 weeks' time, so it's a beautiful postcard for around the world, then surely they must be thinking about laying.
It sounds like you're saying it's not roped off. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's not roped off. From the pictures I've seen.
Right, okay.
Only the pictures, but I'll know more
on the weekend
next week. Yeah, I'll know more and I'll report back next week.
Back.
Yeah, well, look, I'm cheering for it. I would rather be wrong. I'd rather be really, really horribly wrong about this one. Horribly wrong. I want Royal Melbourne looking a picture.
Same here. I can't wait for it. Can't wait.
I can't wait for it. And I can't
I
wait
heard
for
they
it.
played the composite the other day.
They did.
In the club comp.
Yeah, they did.
you
Imagine
guys,
that. Imagine being able to play that course every once in a while. But
and you guys played like the Australian Open tees, is that right?
we played the Australian Open tees.
How'd you go?
37 points. Thanks for asking.
Oh, very nice. Off what? Plus?
Well, because the Australian Open tees are so far back, my +2 goes to 2.
Oh, really?
Yes, I got 4 for 3 a couple of times.
You got a shot on a hole. How good's that?
Beautiful. It's so good.
How long has it been since you've had a shot on a hole?
So I shot one over and had 37 points.
Well done, bravo.
That was all right.
Very
I was
good.
just thinking that could that be a contributor or a potential touch of class?
No, we've got better touches of class than that.
I'm just saying.
The week before, it's a 2-round thing. The week before I had 26 points, mind you. So not too flash that week, but I made a bit of a comeback.
Funny how that
anyway,
works.
I'll report back next week on the Royal Melbourne Fringes. I'll even hopefully be able to ask some of the crew what they're planning to do, and I'll know more next week, which will be great.
Yep.
Time for a touch of class.
Touch of class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
So good.
Touch of class. And this week, it's got to go to the guy who showed class throughout those periods when he wasn't winning tournaments, even though he should have probably won a couple, namely, what was it, the Travellers and then Memphis, but held his head high. Fantastic. And his post-round interview after winning was simply a touch of class, where he spoke about being a good person first and a golfer second. That's what his dad instilled in him, and that's what he tries to instill in his kids.
Let's have a listen.
I try and be, if I could give myself, if I could give my kids one piece of advice, I mean, there's tons of advice, but I always tell them to be a good person first, and I've always tried to do that. My dad always told me that, even when I was an aspiring young amateur golfer, professional golfer. He always wanted me to be, he always said person first, golfer second. You know, you're a good person first. Whatever happens after that, you know, you try and be a good golfer second. I've always tried to be that.
Impressive.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And it's nice to be able to say nice things about him after he spoke to the media instead of maybe things we'd rather him not have said in certain situations.
That's a touch of class right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thanks to BMW, it is luxury and comfort for the 19th hole.
Yeah, and you look a little bit too good in that car too, the X5. You've been very, very lucky. Hey, now, every once in a while, people get in contact with me and they give me a game, I don't want to call it a game changer, but a game improvement. This week, Alistair Presnell, who once led the US Open at Olympic Club, he's got a mate who has this. It's called the strike wedge. Have you heard of it?
I was given one a little while ago by the guys that invented it, and it's funny. It's weird timing because I used it on my masterclass the other day for my video series, and you're bringing it in now. This is perfect. We can share what it's all about.
Well, the strike wedge, it's all about, like you and I, it's not for you and I because you and I can strike the golf ball. But if you're the sort of player that struggles to take a correct divot, this thing is right up your alley. If you are struggling to hit the ball in the middle of the club, let's say you hit it out the toe all the time, well, you've got these borders on either side of this wedge that basically forces you to well, if you make contact with the strike wedge, then you've hit the ball in the wrong place. Yeah. But it kind of sits behind. If you had the ball just a little bit in front of it, you can make a backswing. It's not too big a angle on this wedge. And, you know, I miss it every time because I can hit down on the golf ball. I've been doing it all my life. But a lot of people that I play with cannot. And if you've got a net at home, or if you, the best place to use this, I reckon, first, if you haven't got access to the hit off the grass, is in a home net or off a mat at the driving range, would be absolutely perfect. There are all kinds of things you can do. And the other one where I found that it was really good, my son has a little bit of trouble with the pitching. Yes. So I took this down to the chipping green, put the ball in front of the strike wedge.
That's what it's designed for.
And I said, this is the right angle. Yeah. And he started, you've got no idea, you know when kids first spin the ball for the first time? He was spinning it using this thing, and it's changed his life. He loves it.
Well, the thing about it is this little gadget, it's that old conundrum people struggle with the irons. To get the ball up in the air, you got to hit down.
That's right.
Right? And this basically shows you exactly that, which is ideal. The other thing it does is if you got the shanks, this thing's great.
That's
you just put it to the side and it prevents the shanks as well. So
and the other one too, if you're hitting too far down on your driver, you put the strike wedge in front of the ball and it helps you. So Google strike wedge. It's got all kinds of videos when you Google strike wedge. And if this thing looks like it's for you, then it comes with the Talk Birdie to Me highest recommendation. And we're doing that for free. We'll do all that sort of stuff for free. In the future. So if you've got anything that you think we need to talk about or test drive, give us a yell. But the strike wedge is an absolute beauty. Yeah. Can I just do one quickly? Really quickly?
Oh, jeez.
You know, I shop at Temu, right? You know, I shop at Temu.
Hey, you're a bandit for Temu.
What have you done now?
Well, I've got my practice wedges in the boot of the car because I keep my golf clubs in the pro shop, right? So I've been chipping away with this. I love chipping at the moment. I'm just get my steps in, you know. I just chip with 3 or 4 balls. But I'm not getting as much spin as I used to.
Okay.
And on Temu,
my first question: what's Temu? Sorry, I should.
What do you mean? What's Temu? All right, it's a.
Gosh,
is it like a Buffett?
Well, you shop like a billionaire, right? That's all you need to know.
Okay.
But on Temu, it came up a groove sharpener.
Right.
So I thought I'll get one of these and I'll test it out. So here we go.
We need those on on Go Golfer on the golf marketplace. There you go.
You got groove sharpeners on Go Golfer.
We should. We'll have to get some.
GoGolfer.com.au. So it's an old wedge. I'm just going to test drive it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
I can.
Hold it out a bit, Mark. I'll just move it out a little bit so you can see it on the camera there.
There we go.
Oh, you're going to have to.
Nick, you might have to do it.
Yeah.
You do it.
Well,
Hold that.
I'll go this way.
There you go. And have a bit of a go at that.
Very good.
Yeah, I had to go. I could feel that burring. Now, listen to that.
Wow. Okay. These grooves are pretty good, actually.
How much is this? What did this cost you on Timo?
It cost me $3.50.
Wow. So you're saying you're going to really spin those wedges
Well,
now?
I thought I'd just test drive it. Now, it's definitely getting the burrs off the grooves.
We're turning into a home shopping network.
Well, there's more than just tour golf and what's happening on tour. People love golf. But that Temu groove sharpener now comes with the Talk Birdie to Me highest recommendation. Level 5 recommendation.
Oh, here we go.
Mate,
There you go.
Seal of approval.
You know what you've turned this into, Mark? You've
What's
turned
that?
this into the home shopping channel.
That's what I was just saying.
Mate,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
gosh.
I'm going to go straight after the program. I'm going to go to the chipping green. I'm going to be fizzing my Titleists all over the
Well,
turn.
we're going to go to the turn because otherwise I reckon you're going to pull out something else to try and flog.
My gosh.
Rightio, what's coming up next? We got the top 5.
Oh, top five.
Top five.
Feedback, Ping Globals. Lots to do.
Oh my word.
Titleist GT, a new class of drivers.
If you're planning a Gold Coast holiday, we've got an idea for you. Just 23 minutes from Surfers Paradise, you'll find one of Australia's most stunning golf experiences. Links Golf and Wellbeing at Hope Island is a premium 18-hole course designed to challenge and entertain whatever your skill level. We can't guarantee that you'll hit the ball like Scotty Scheffler, but with lush fairways, pristine greens and a link-style layout, you'll have a great time trying. And with a friendly modern clubhouse, including a restaurant and bar, Links Golf and Wellbeing at Hope Island makes you feel just as welcome off the course as you are on. And of course, there's a well-equipped pro shop, putting greens and driving range. So whether you come for the golf, the food or the company, next time you visit the Gold Coast, we'd love you to drop into Links Golf and Wellbeing Hope Island. Visit us at linkshopeisland.com.au.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Watch my numbers. Download from Google Play or the App Store. Ping will help you play your best. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. And Betr is the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, for Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
Top five. The top 5 for Betr, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia.
Top five. The top 5 is for Betr, and which reminds me, guys, our multi was looking good except for one player. And it's a bit difficult because we're over the moon about Tommy's win, but Tommy also nobbled us.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried. Well, it was only $7. I don't think it's anything to worry about. We'll get a better one.
Yeah.
What's next? Ryder Cup.
There's a little gut punch, but that's okay.
Ryder Cup next month will be our
Ryder
next
Cup.
one, I reckon.
Yeah.
I
that
think
will
so.
be good.
Well, we can't miss with that one.
All right, the top 5 for Betr. Nick, your turn today. What do you got?
My top 5, this is in honour of Tommy Fleetwood, and it's the top 5 chokers in golf.
Oh, my gosh.
No, you are not.
Let me expand on that.
You are not.
The top 5 chokers of a golf club in golf. That's what I meant. As in they choke down on the golf club.
Oh, God, okay.
I just thought I'd wind you
I thought you'd
up.
lost the plot.
Sorry, I just thought I'd wind you up.
After the BMW touch of class where Tommy's just talked about being a good person first, you roll with that gear.
You got to have a bit of fun every now and then.
good.
Come on.
Bloody hell.
No, well, you've done well.
All right.
You tricked me.
No, so it's the top 5 players that I've seen who have choked down on the golf club. And it's fascinating to watch because Tommy obviously is one of those guys.
He does it with the
doesn't use
driver.
all the length. He does it with every club.
Yeah, every club.
And all these players do. My number 5 is a guy who's actually played a bit on LIV this past year, Anthony Kim.
Yeah, he's a choker.
Remember AK?
I was going to call him. He was a choker. He's a choke downer. He chokes right down the grip. Absolutely.
He's my number 4. Number 3, sorry, he was my number 5. Number 4 plays on the LPGA Tour, a Hall of Famer, by the way. Chokes down a lot on all, and it's amazing how far she does choke down. Lydia Ko.
Yes.
A long way down.
Nice one, yeah.
Really along, almost down to the steel on some of her iron shots.
Yeah.
Which it's a bit baffling to me, to be honest, with when golfers do that. I can see why people do it on chipping because you want to get closer to the ball. Why don't you, because they do it so much, I don't think I've ever seen Lydia Ko, for example, grip all the way up the end of the club.
Well, look, I've got my club here that's got the cleanest grooves you've ever seen now. But this club, you can see there on the edge, that bit at the end that goes wider, that's made so it sits snugly
into that pad.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd much rather have the comfort of that. But
Me too. Yeah. Me too. I've actually never choked down on chip shots or anything. I'm always up the end of the grip.
Oh, yeah?
Never go down on the shorter shots. So anyway, number 3, Sergio Garcia. Very famous for the driver. He used to hit that little stinger out there, really choked down on it as well.
Actually, he chokes down his clubs because he had an oversized set first given to him, and he choked down, and he never got past. I remember reading about it.
Really?
That's fascinating. Because he got the wrong size clubs as a kid, he just feels more comfortable holding the ball, holding the club that way.
Gosh,
it never changed.
Very impressive. Number 2, Tommy Fleetwood, the man who just won.
He's not number 1.
He is not number 1 because number 1 is a lady who just won the Canadian Open, Brooke Henderson.
Oh, she does too.
Now, she chokes down on her driver like you wouldn't believe. And funny thing was, how long do you think her driver is?
Well, I know the men's average standard on tour is 44 and a half. Yeah. So I'm going to say 44 and a half.
So her driver is 46 inches.
And she chokes down how far?
Oh, at least 3 inches, I would say. Now, her driver was 48 inches. But then they brought the rule in a few years ago where it had 46 was the maximum length. So she's had to adjust there. She uses ping, obviously. So they're putting weight in the end of the grip so it sort of feels the same. But I just don't understand why don't you make a 43 or a 44-inch driver for her. But it's what works for her, and she just won the Canadian Open. So hats off to her. And I tip my hat.
We should look at her driving stats from the year that she was forced to a shorter driver.
Actually, that might be something.
How far she was hitting it and how straight she was hitting it. Because I bet she was hitting it the same distance.
Maybe.
But twice as straight.
Well, it's interesting because it's been a while between drinks for her as far as wins go. So maybe the switch from the driver did make a bit of a difference. Who knows? Anyway,
great list.
My top 5. Apologies for the name.
Jeez. We were worried for a while.
I had to wind you up a little. Come on.
Yeah.
Talk Birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
Feedback, boys, for Southern Golf Club. Before we do it, for those watching on YouTube, have a look at this photo. We'll have a look at that photo there, guys.
Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. Bobby Shearer, the statue.
Looks so good.
How about that? How about the sunset with the orange in the background? It looks gorgeous.
Sensational.
Brilliant.
Okay, a fair bit of feedback on the LIV Rahm versus Neiman issue, which we've already talked about as well. And it's about 50-50, to be honest. Okay. KJ said Rahm played better than Neiman most of the year. I'm okay with him winning the Player of the Year. Made the tournament in Indy worth watching, and I don't normally like birdie fest courses. Neiman was a no-show for 60% of the tournaments. So that's his issue.
Nothing wrong.
5 times.
Nothing wrong with being the most consistent player of the year. Okay,
don't start this again. I want to win the most.
Yeah. Bill has said, I don't think it should be scrapped, the system he's talking about here, but I think there should be more points for wins. I like the idea that all finishes matter, but I think a focus on winning is important.
Tweaked. Just needs to be tweaked.
Totally.
Doesn't need to be thrown out. Just a little tweak.
Yeah. And Carlos has said an interesting comment. Carlos has said, what is more important, consistency or victories? I know where you stand, Mark. Formula One has produced champions with only 1 victory in the whole season. That's happened 2 times.
Yeah. Well, good luck to those losers. I want to see the people who win the most. Right? I want to see the winners. And by the way, if you just somehow missed the start of the pod, we were criticising the PGA Tour also because Tommy Fleetwood, in my view, shouldn't be the champion golfer of the Tour this year. No way. No way in the world. This should be Scotty Scheffler.
Well, this is interesting. So Taz Racing has said the interesting thing about the LIV individual title, if you went through the season and converted the results to the PGA Tour's elevated events point structure, Rahm would have still won over Neiman. I agree the point structure is wrong.
Yeah, just a tweak.
Yeah.
Just a little tweak.
Just a tweak. Now, this is interesting. This is from Benno. Guys, I know it wrecked your multi, but surely Colin Montgomery returning to the top of this list is a win of sorts, Mark Allen.
Oh,
That makes me so happy to see that. It does. Now, if you're listening in the car, what is it? The most top threes by anybody on the PGA Tour not to win a tournament.
Since 1983.
They've got Tommy Fleetwood's name at number one crossed out. And that elevates Colin Montgomery. How many top three finishes did he have without a win on the PGA Tour? 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, that's bad luck.
Gosh.
Yeah.
But
There's some names there.
he's killing it on the Champions Tour, though, Colin. Well done.
Does that hurt you?
No,
Yeah,
he's
he's
done
doing
well.
well. He
Did okay in Europe as well.
Yeah, he's doing well.
7-time Order Merit winner.
Yeah.
You know how we messaged him asking him to come on the pod?
Yeah.
No reply.
No,
I wonder why.
never mind.
Anyway.
Well, I don't know. A reply would have been
He
nice.
didn't go so well in the 1992 Australian Open at the Lakes. That's all I know.
You guys ready for a whack?
Yes.
Okay. This one comes from Billy. You two are just walking and talking like true media journos. You bagged out Fleetwood for talking about having the chance to fail rather than not having that chance. Then you bagged McIntyre for talking about determination and perseverance. What would you want to happen? People say nothing? That way you guys would have to make up stories.
No, they've misinterpreted what we were saying. We just want them to say the same things, but at the correct moment of the week.
It's all about timing.
It's all about timing. That's right. It's all about timing and your headspace. You want to be, you don't want things to come out of your mouth that contribute to your headspace.
I do agree with Billy on one point.
What's that?
It means we can talk about this stuff, which is great.
That's
so
right.
That's a decent whack from Billy, though.
Makes
Isn't
for
it?
good
That's
content.
okay. Good on you, Billy. Thanks for tuning in. We
thanks for
appreciate
listening.
it.
Regarding
And
your,
watching.
you've been good, Mark, lately. You haven't had any Twitter fights lately.
No, not lately.
Yeah.
I think I haven't
You're due.
blocked all the pests. I would never give them that satisfaction. But it's usually only when a pesky type lights up.
Have you been blocked by many people that you know of? Or
Thousands. Yeah, thousands.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I discovered the other day that I've been blocked by somebody.
Who?
Senator Ralph Babette.
Who the hell is he?
Oh, he's an idiot. He's a moron.
Right.
Okay.
And he blocked me. Okay. Regarding your top 5 courses that would look great on TV, Mark, David said, great to see the sublime Royal Adelaide getting some love. This should be included in a regular roster of courses for the Oz Open. British and US Opens are staged on a roster of their best courses, and I think so the Australian Open should as well.
Yep. I got some good feedback from just people I saw around town last week about packaging up an Australian amateur.
Ooh.
Yeah, some TV types loved the idea. Hopefully Golf Australia are listening, but it would be cheap and a package of our best courses. It would be the same sort of thing. You were talking about YouTube before in Pine Valley. Now, Royal Adelaide's not Pine Valley, but still, if you're going to come down to Australia, you might want to put Royal Adelaide on your list.
Absolutely.
And these things help Royal Adelaide.
Yeah. And you haven't got to worry about transport because you just catch the train there.
That's right. And the other thing,
Airport's 10 minutes away.
the other thing too is you might find that some of these clubs, because they're making so much money out of international visitors, if you're a top 100 golf course in the world, you can charge $1,000 for an international visitor to come play your golf course. It's almost worth their while, some of these golf clubs, to package that up and have it on the Golf Channel in America or the equivalent in Europe and Japan and wherever else. It's almost, you might get the golf club half funding it or quarter funding it or certainly helping out.
Now, we were talking about pathways recently, and you guys were pretty hot on this. Shanked has said Golf Australia had representatives in Marrakesh looking after the Aussie girls here during the Ladies European Tour Q School Finals, which they hold here in March every year, in Marrakesh every year, and it was brilliant to see.
Good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely.
Mark, your New Zealand Open story last week, very funny, very funny. Had a message from someone who said, I reckon you had a good caddy that week. That's from a bloke called Drew Dubbo.
Drew Dublin, yes, he was caddying that week. He remembers it well. Yeah, I was thinking of the other day. I wonder if Michael Campbell remembers it the same way I remember it and Drew remembers it.
I wonder as well. Is he going to hang on?
He's never led at the halfway point in his life.
Love it.
Let's see if he can hold it together.
That's a great story. That's the feedback, guys.
No, I've got a little bit more.
Oh, you've got some feedback.
I've got a little bit more, and I've just sent it to our WhatsApp group too.
Oh, okay.
My very good friend, Herb Trobiani from Box Hill Golf Club, guess where he was? He was at Links Hope Island.
If you're not watching on YouTube, we are putting the picture up. We'll put it on our socials as well.
He's putting up the poster of you and I hanging above the urinal.
I was about to ask where that was, and I can see the tiles. So.
His note says, amazing how wherever you go, you and Nick have a strong presence. This is the promotional poster in the men's toilet at Hope Island.
I love it.
Played there yesterday. Great course. Pity you won't be there for your event. Cheers, Herb.
How good is that?
Go to the Links Hope Island website. About 6 groups left. October the 8th, and we would love to see you there.
Hey, mate, how's your form? I mean, when we sent the photos through, mate, what have you sent a photo of yourself 10 years ago through?
That was only 2 years ago.
Oh, come on.
2 years ago.
Come on.
2 years ago.
Actually, there was one other bit of feedback I haven't read out. It's a whack, but it's a whack for me. Should I read it?
Yeah.
Oh. Jono has said, like the Tiger Woods Steve Williams interview, but the headline was very clickbaity. He didn't even talk about.
What was the headline?
The headline was the moment that changed Tigers and my relationship forever.
Oh, that is clickbaity, Dan.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't intended that way. It was intended because he talked about when Tiger won his first major.
That's right. Yeah. But if I read that myself,
I get it.
It kind of reads about the breakup.
I know. I understand in hindsight, but that wasn't the intention. It wasn't the intention.
You're pretty good at the clickbait. I will give you a little bit of credit.
I'm not good. No, don't say that. That's not a compliment. That's not a compliment.
Some people think it's you and I, Nick, because it's got nothing to do with us.
Nope.
It's Dan. He's the clickbait master.
Okay, that's the feedback. I think now time for Ping Globals. Ping will help you play your best like they have for you, Nick O'Hearn, for, how long now? Very long time.
It's getting close to 30 years, I'd say.
Mate. Well, they're obviously doing something right if you've been with them that long.
That's very true. Very true. PGA Tour, we had the Tour Championship, obviously, at East Lake, as we mentioned. After 164 starts on the PGA Tour, 30 top fives, Tommy Fleetwood finally gets it done. Takes home the check for $10 million. Thank you very much.
$10 million US dollars.
Had a 3-shot win over Russell Henley and Patrick Cantlay, who I can't believe they didn't give him a shot penalty or something. I mean, I know it's the last event, but 2 holes behind. Thank you very much.
Did he get a hurry up? I don't even think he got a hurry up.
I think they may have. They sort of said, move along, but what are they going to do? I mean,
they just look at his watch. Can you imagine a rules official just walking up and just looking at his own watch? Come on, mate.
Crazy.
How'd the Australians go, Nick?
There were no Australians in it. Thank you, Mark, or Kiwis. But
we need to fix that up. We need to fix that up.
Yeah, the LIV Team Championships, there were Aussies in that one. Team Ripper, unfortunately, they didn't have the best of weeks. They ended up finishing in ninth position there, where Legion 13 took down the Crushers in that final stroke play day. The way they did it the first 2 days was they had a bit of a match play format with 2 singles and then an alternate shot. And then they qualified for the finals where the top 3 teams play off in stroke play for the event.
How did my Majestics go?
The Majestics finished 11th, I believe. So they didn't finish last. Second last. Yeah. Although third last, really, if second
last.
They did get past the Ironheads early on. So anyway, it ended up going down to a playoff where Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton, who both birdied the final 2 holes in regulation to force it to a playoff at 20 under par, because all 4 scores count in that final round, and they defeated Bryson DeChambeau and Paul Casey on the second extra hole. So well done to Legion 13. So Rahm not only won the individual, but he won the team for the year.
Had a reasonable year.
Pretty good. Bit of cash. On the LPGA Tour, they were in Canada for the Canadian Women's Open, where Brooke Henderson, my top choker of a golf club, had a 1-shot win over our own Minjee Lee. They were tied going into the final round. Obviously, a lot of local support for Brooke, and great to see her get the win. Shame for Minjee, but she's putting together a very good season, Minjee, obviously.
Mrs. Consistency.
Yes, correct.
Just like you.
Of the Australasians, Lydia Ko tied for 5th, was next best. Robin Choi tied for 15th. Grace Kim tied for 27th. Our own Cassie Porter tied for 57th, and Gabby Ruffles tied for 71st. On the DP World Tour, this was a great finish at the Belfry. We're talking about Ryder Cups earlier. The Belfry's held some of the best Ryder Cup finishes. Not a great golf course, I can tell you that. 2 really good holes. The 10th, the drivable par 4 down the hill, where there's a famous video of Seve knocking a driver onto that hole. We should pop that up for people actually, Dan, at some stage. And the 18th hole, which is a good finishing hole with the water all the way down the left. Alex Noren took I think it was a 2-shot lead into the final hole and ended up making a 7-footer for bogey to get the win.
How was Sevy's follow through back in the day with the wooden driver
on that 10th hole
and knocking it on the 10th hole? The follow through is like the Arnold Palmer sort of. Well, the Seve Ballesteros is different to Arnie's.
Yeah.
The Seve Ballesteros follow through and then over the head with the shaft. It was just incredible.
Just incredible, yeah. But the man of the moment who almost stole the show, and we've done talked about him a bit on the TV commentary over the years, Kazuma Kobori.
Oh yeah,
6 under his last 6 holes, 5 under his last 4. He holed about a 60-foot bomb on 17 for eagle, and then a 40-foot bomb on 18 to get up in a share of the lead.
What were we calling him with the putter? The
King Kobori.
Yeah, it was something to do with the putter.
Boss of the Moss or something like that. Yeah, that's like Lauren Roberts. But that stroke hasn't changed. It's good to see. So Kazuma and Nikolai Højgaard finished tied for second. Now, Nikolai's brother Rasmus has just qualified for the Ryder Cup, so well done to him. Because previously it was Nikolai, so now the twins have both qualified, although not together, unfortunately.
I'd love to see them both on the team. I reckon they're tough characters.
Yeah. Of the other Aussies, Jason Scrivener tied for 24th and Elvis Smiley tied for 33rd.
Well done, Elvis.
Ladies European Tour, they were in Gothenburg, Sweden, where an amateur, Maja Ortengren, had a 2-shot win over Lisa Pettersson, both Swedish players, and also Leonie Harm from Germany. She becomes the second amateur to win recently on the Ladies European Tour. The other was?
The superstar.
Yes.
Well, number one.
Future world number one.
Goat. Come on.
This is fun.
Robin? No.
Wode.
There we go.
Wode.
Lottie Wode.
Good on you, Lottie.
I just thought I'd test you guys out there. Anyway, another good
one.
You got us. We got there at the end. Took a while.
Now, Kazuma's sister, Momoka, finished tied for 8th. She was best of the Australasians. Tied for 11th was Madison Hinson-Tolshard. Kelsey Bennett tied for 14th, next best. Champions Tour, they had the Ally Challenge in Warwick Hills in Grand Blanc, Michigan. Played this tournament. It used to be called the Buick.
Right.
Many years ago in Flint, Michigan. Yeah. I think it was. And Stuart Sink, another win. Defeated Ernie Els on the first playoff hole. Tied for 3rd was Steve Alker and Cameron Percy, along with my buddy Soren Keltson. So good results for them. And then the next best of the Aussies was Steve Allen, David Branson tied for 8th. On the Legends Tour in England, just finally, Steve Webster, Webby as we used to call him over there, good guy, had a 2-shot win. Best of the Aussies was Scott Hedden tied for 20th and Mark Brown, he's a Kiwi, right?
Yep.
Tied for 9th. I'm most impressed that I read that without my glasses because I forgot them today. So.
Oh, yeah,
well
you
done.
did too.
It's called large font.
Yeah, okay. Mark, you're doing the masterclass today. Have you
I've already done it.
Any thought into it? Or?
Yeah, I've put a lot of thought into it.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely. Can you just play it and then we'll have a chat about it afterwards, please?
Okay, so play the which one do you want to play?
No, play the one that I did at Kingston Heath, please, all set to go. Then I've got a few other things I can add to it after.
Okay, we'll do that right after this.
Golf has many ways of measuring ability and performance, but at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers, and that's where Watch My Numbers can really help. Okay, Patrick Cantlay didn't win the chocolates. Well done to our friend Tommy Fleetwood. Well done to you, Tommy. But Cantlay is swinging it that much better, it's not funny. And I think it's because he's got his weight in the right spot. Now, get the hell out of these heels. I'm seeing Patrick Cantlay tap his heels way too much at the moment, but he is tapping his heels and that forces your weight onto the balls of the feet. If you're a toe tapper, all your weight is on the heels, and then because it's all back here, when you swing back, you move towards the ball, and then you've got no room to hit the shots that you want to hit. So, make sure you're tapping the heels. It gives you more room to hit the ball. And if you do it, don't tap your heels like Cantlay for about 3 minutes before every shot.
Love the heel tapping as opposed to toe tapping. Much better, but you're right. 3 minutes is a long time.
Was it driving you crazy? Like I was watching it happen all week and his swing looks so different. Now, I actually went back.
I was going to say, I was watching, you know who I was watching on a couple of occasions was his caddy, Joe LaCava, who was holding up the bag, and he was just looking the other way, and then finally he thought, yeah, he's probably about ready, and then he'd look back.
Oh, it's unbearable. Now, I remember last year, Ryder Cup, President's Cup.
Yes.
You and I, or particularly me, I was having a giggle at his swing because he was coming down so steep and he was smothering shots. I actually went back and found a little bit of video. Now, you can see him here, and believe me, he's not tapping his heels this time last year. So this is a very new thing, to tap the heels. Yep. And you can see in that still picture, see how his bum is a long way outside of his heels?
So for our audio listeners, we've got a shot of Cantlay hitting an iron in here, and you're right, actually, his bum is a bit
His bum's
back.
a long way back. Now, his weight's clearly on his heels. Now, when you play it for us, Dan, and you'll see him make a good-looking backswing, but then the shaft comes down steeper. You can see it wobble into a steeper position. All right?
Yep.
It's very clear to see. Now, get the next video up, Dan, and you'll see what I'm talking about with not only tapping his heels, but also look at how much closer his bum is to his heels.
Yeah,
the weight is enormous.
It is driver, so it's a little different. But
it's a little different.
But you can definitely see the difference there.
Yeah. Anyway, play that one then. Look at those heels going up and down, up and down, up and down. That guarantees two things: that the weight's in the right spot, but you're also staying nice and loose.
Yeah.
And if you're a non-waggler like him, you've got to do something, don't you? So
Certainly
tapping
do.
the heels is a really good option. And then you can see when he swings the club, he's not coming down steep anymore because he has got some room to go through the ball.
It's similar to a different masterclass you said, where when you set up, almost move your club further away.
Yeah.
Like you set up with the toe of the club next to the ball, and then just before you're about to hit, shift the club back in there.
Yeah.
That's another way, or a different version of the
it's a
heel
good
tapping.
Either way is a good way of
You
doing
could combine them both, and it'd be fascinating.
You can combine them. I actually combine them. I'm a heel tapper, and I set up with one hand with the toe of my club just touching the ball, not in the middle of sweet spot.
Okay.
Then I look at the target, and I come back and I move into position.
Beautiful.
And you just get so much more impact. It's nice and easy.
Very
good
good.
fun today, Nicholas. Good on you, Dan.
As always. Thanks, Dan.
We'll see you next time, folks.
Talk Birdies to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen comes live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our fantastic partners, Titleist is the clear #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping, they'll help you play your best. Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and maybe leave a review. Talk Birdies and his executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, with sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdies to Me.